All you need to win is obsession. If you want to be successful, you have to become 24/7 fully obsessed. There is no in between. And people hate hearing that because it destroys every excuse they have built their life around. People want greatness with balance. They want extraordinary results with ordinary effort. They want to dominate while still protecting peace, comfort, sleep, distractions. But that's not how greatness works. Let's leave the balance to the average because you are not looking for an average life. You cannot live like everybody else and expect a life nobody else has. To be exceptional, you must be the exception, the odd one out, the black sheep who refuses to keep one foot in and one foot out of their ambition. That is the line. Most people never cross it. Most people stay interested. Interested people talk, obsessed people execute. Interested people work when they are motivated. Obsessed people work when they're tired, angry, distracted, doubting themselves, losing sleep. Interested people want result. Obsessed people become possessed by the process. And if you are not all in, you don't really want it. It's as simple as that. That sentence hurts because it's true. People say, I would die for my dreams. No, you would not. You cannot even wake up early for them. You cannot even stay focused without touching your phone for 2 hours. You cannot even sacrifice temporary pleasure for a permanent future. You don't want greatness. You want comfort while pretending you want greatness. History proves that there is no limit to how far a human being can go when they are absolutely driven to achieve a goal. At that level, nothing stops you and nothing delays you. The world has no choice but to move out of your way because you have decided to be unapologetically obsessed. Look at the giants. Elon Musk didn't build PayPal, SpaceX, Tesla on a 40-hour work week. He built them on 100-hour weeks and 16-hour days. Steve Jobs sold his car just to fund Apple and obsessed over every millimeter and pixel. It wasn't luck. It wasn't some magical confidence. It wasn't perfect mental health. It was obsession. A level of obsession that bordered on insanity. While everybody else stayed comfortable. Even Isaac Newton, the man who governed physics, didn't just work hard. He invented calculus just because he needed a tool to solve a problem. He stared at the sun until he nearly went blind, trying to understand light. He locked himself away for months and emerged with laws that changed humanity forever. That is obsession. That is the unfair advantage. And what is this generation obsessed with? Scrolling, validation, looking productive instead of being productive? Let's be real. Right now, you are not obsessed. You are just interested. You are passionate only when you have time. Yet somehow, you find 2 hours daily to scroll. You tell yourself, balance is important. But the truth is, you are already obsessed. You are just obsessed with the wrong things, with distractions, comfort, scrolling. And that obsession is exactly what's keeping you stuck. Because comfort is addictive. Comfort kills hunger. Comfort destroys urgency. Comfort makes years disappear. And then, one day you wake up at 30, 40, 50 years old realizing you spent your entire life thinking about becoming great instead of becoming great. And that should terrify you because deep down you already know what you need to do. You know the hours required, you know the sacrifice, the discipline required. You are just scared of being consumed by it. But every person who has ever become undeniable has reached a point where obsession took over. Brilliance isn't about IQ, it's the ability to log in so completely that eating feels like distraction and sleeping feels like a waste. That is the mentality people are too afraid to admit. The world romanticizes success but hides the obsession behind it. Nobody sees the lonely nights, the repetition, the obsession. People just seize the victory. They don't see the obsession that created it. Ask yourself, what would happen if you shifted your obsession towards your craft? What if you studied, practiced, built and then failed and then repeated and dreamed about your goal until it actually scared people? In 6 months, you wouldn't just be ahead, you would be unrecognizable. Because obsession changes people. It sharpens you, it transforms you, it separates you from everyone still making excuses. At some point, you have to decide what matters more, your dreams or your distractions. Because both cannot survive together. The version of you that wants comfort must die for the version of you that wants greatness. So decide now. Will you balance your way into the middle, or will you become obsessed?